Ever wondered how breast cancer is related with civic responsibility? Let's dig in. According to the global stats by the World Health Organization, around 70% of deaths in low to middle income countries occur due to cancer. And on the globe, we find these countries mostly concentrated in the African and South Asian regions, where about every inconvenience falls out at an economic scale. And breast cancer too translates into an economic burden rather being just another health challenge. This requires us to understand the economic burden of breast cancer. In this perspective, these countries they are substantially impinged with heavy healthcare spending and a reduction in efficient human capital due to increased rates of morbidity and premature deaths and hence lower productivity. This burden inflicts a major section of the world's population, including those residing in as many as 129 from a total of around 200 countries, and in these we see Pakistan showing up in the list as well. Thus, like every developing country, the trends of developmental challenges, capital flows, poverty, etc., they all make systemic health threats like breast cancer act as an unconventional threat to the country's security and existence. Pakistan has the highest incidence rate of breast cancer among Asian countries, with a reported value of around 26,000 new cases in 2020 as reported by WHO, of which 13,500 cases succumbed to death. But this is only a count of those few which got reported. The actual number goes unreported and so unknown. The factors behind delayed diagnosis or high incidence rates in Pakistan can be divided as either individual level or system level factors, and most women don't even know what breast cancer's etiology is. It is important to understand that individual level implications of breast cancer are deeper than they seem, bearing a range of psychological and psychiatric underpinnings, which cause havoc when butted with negative sociocultural perceptions. For example, a woman with cancer may spread cancerous cells to her unborn child. And if this wasn't enough, system level lacking such as policy delays, not enough facilities, and limited healthcare resources, they all hold back more women from going to clinics for breast screening. Not to forget how the already treatment stands subjected to the ongoing inflation and global recession, making it even harder for the patients to bear the medical bills and for the state to invest in cost-extensive facilities, treatment costs, end-of-care life care setups, etc. On state level, structural reforms and policy revisions can bring solutions, yes, but that is a resource-extensive and time-taking process. So how to go about it? Upon going through various sources, I learned that 50% of mortality rate in the annual registered cases is due to delayed treatment alone, concluding that early detection, that is a tumor growth of around 5 millimeters to 3 centimeters, if detected, increases the chances of survival by around 80%. And not all cases require the removal of breasts. Much of the cases can be solved in painless therapies. Thus, early detection guarantees cure. However, early detection is only possible if awareness is ensured. It is only if the cause is held out as our civic responsibility towards pursuing concepts such as illness intelligence, social support, positivity, and knowledge sharing. Various steps which can be taken includes accepting the illness as a natural part of life and not to isolate the patient or severing their connectedness with normal societal activities. Secondly, learn about breast cancer. The more you know about something, the better you cope with it. Thirdly, create group intelligence. Now this involves awakening collective awareness, so to create a problem-solving and inclusive societal atmosphere. Fourth, carry out regular self-checks, and better to get mammograms or other screening tests if feasible. Fifth, donate to breast cancer organizations as the treatment costs are unbearably high for a single family. Then instrumentalize social media platforms and explore the power of integrated systems. Seventh, volunteer in any related community event whenever possible. Next, you may also advocate for environmental health to help lower environmental hazards, which have a direct correlation with cancer development. Next, support breast cancer research by either donations or taking part in local studies. And lastly, make sure to build healthy routines and show those around you how functional and productive the practice of civic responsibility is. After all, it is collective good that humanity strives for.